Never start your Dubai plans with pins on a map. Start with how people move. Two huge magnets are coming to the UAE. A full Disney destination on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi and a world-class casino resort on Marjan Island in Ras Al Khaimah. Yes, they both don't sit in Dubai, but the city that will capture the most nights and spends is going to be Dubai. Why? Because the base always follows the hub. I'm Arjun, a real estate advisor, and I've worked and lived here for a long period of time to know this country by heart. I've never seen a city scale like Dubai. Fast, ambitious, and practical at the same time. In this documentary, I'll keep things simple and useful. No fluff. We'll connect the dots between tourism mega projects, foreign investments, and a new trade corridor. Then translate that into clear real estate plays. Over the next 5 to 10 years, 4 forces will matter the most. 2 mega tourism anchors, a Disney destination on Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, and the Wynn resort with the region's first true casino on Marjan Island. Second, a sharp rise in foreign direct investment (FDI) into high-value sectors. Third, the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor (IMEC), designed to cut shipping time and cost while adding a green digital layer to the trade. Fourth, the compounding impact of these 3 forces on how and where people live and stay and invest in Dubai. Before we dive into each engine, let's talk about the most common mistakes investors make. Everyone looks at where the attractions are and assumes that's where the money stays. But that's not how travel works. Let me break it down for you. First, the headline trap. Everyone gets lost in the flashy renders, the shiny parks, the new resorts, and they forget to check the basics. How's the connectivity? How long is the drive? What's the hotel mix like? Because families don't want 4 hotel check-ins in 5 days. They want one base with easy day trips. That's why hubs win. Second, the day one mistake. Big projects never open in one shot. There's a soft opening, a few areas launch first, events roll out later. And that means real estate reacts in phases. First, rental spike, then a correction, then a second and third wave. Third, the spillover blind spot. Travelers always choose the base that gives the best total trip. Good flights, smooth airport, solid hotels, beaches, shopping, food, safety. And when you add all that up, Dubai beats every satellite city around it. And finally, the single date risk. If your investment only works assuming one launch date, you're not investing, you're gambling. Because these mega projects move. Always build for a corridor of outcomes, not just one ribbon cutting. Let's start with the tourism engine, because this is what pulls global traffic into the UAE. First, Disney on Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. Yes, Disney, the same brand that changed tourism in Orlando, Paris, Tokyo, and Hong Kong. And now it's officially coming to the UAE. It's being built on Yas Island, already one of the region's biggest entertainment hubs, home to the Ferrari World, Water World, and a full leisure master plan worth around $40 billion. Last year alone, Yas pulled 35 million visits. Now, the Disney destination is expected to go through around 2 years of design and planning, followed by roughly 4 years of construction, which means a realistic opening timeline somewhere near 2031. And it's not just a park, it's a full-scale family ecosystem. New jobs, better roads, more flights, hotel upgrades. The whole chain reaction that Disney brings everywhere it goes. If you look globally, Florida's Magic Kingdom pulls about 21 million visitors a year. Disneyland California about 19 million. Tokyo's parks about 13 million. And Paris around 15 million. That's what a Disney effect looks like. It changes how people travel, not just how they spend a day. And here's the key. Yas is just a 50-minute drive from Dubai. So for most families flying in, Dubai will be the base. Why? Because Dubai has more flight connections, more hotel choices, more entertainment, and more things to do on non-park days. The park gets the crowds, but the city gets the nights. Now, let's shift north to Ras Al Khaimah and the Wynn resort on Marjan Island. This one's huge. It's a $2 billion integrated resort, around 1,500 rooms, suites, and villas. And most importantly, it includes the region's first true casino. That alone makes it a global talking point. Right now, Ras Al Khaimah gets around 1 million visitors a year, mostly for beaches and local staycations. But once Wynn opens, expected around early 2027, the number could jump to over 5 million visitors a year by 2030. For context, Macau pulls about 30 million visitors a year and earns nearly $24 billion in gaming revenue. Las Vegas gets 40 million visitors. Singapore, 2 casinos bring in 13 million every tiny monopoles cluster drives over $1 billion a year. So imagine the scale of attention a luxury casino resort will bring to the region and what it means for high-spend tourism. And again, the Dubai angle. Many of those travelers won't stay in Ras Al Khaimah. They'll split their itineraries, a few nights at the resort, then come to Dubai for concerts, shopping, dining, nightlife. That means weekend traffic, midweek spillover, and repeat visits, all of which feed Dubai's rental and hotel demand. So think about it. Disney to the south, Wynn to the north, and Dubai right in the middle. That's why we say the magnets attract the people, but the hub captures the state. Now let's connect both magnets. Disney in the south, Wynn in the north. and see why Dubai still wins in between. First, the air network. Dubai isn't just another city, it's one of the world's biggest travel hubs. Emirates alone connects to over 140 destinations across 6 continents with thousands of weekly flights in and out. Dubai International handles more than 100 million passengers a year. So whether you're flying from London, Mumbai or Singapore, your easiest route into the UAE still starts in Dubai. Second, hotel depth. There are over 820 hotels here, from budget-friendly to ultra-luxury. And even with all that, average occupancy still sits at around 80%. That tells you one thing. There's demand across every price point, and we still see short stay shortages in peak season. Third, the rental signal. Average residential yields are about 7 to 8%, which means demand is outpacing supply, especially in areas serving short-term guests, business travelers and families. And lastly, the mix. Where else in the world can you, within a short drive, reach a Disney park on the side and a luxury casino resort on the other? You've got family-friendly tourism and high-spending entertainment all connected through one central hub, Dubai. So no matter whether new attractions pop up, the base of every trip, every stay, every spend is still Dubai. So far, we've looked at tourism. That's what brings weekend traffic and short-term stays. But long-term growth, that comes from capital and jobs. And that's where FDI or foreign direct investment steps in. Let me explain why this part is massive for Dubai's next decade. Since 2020, the UAE has allowed 100% foreign ownership in most sectors. That single policy changed the game. It told global investors, come, build here, fully own it and scale it. And they listened. Here's the momentum. FDI inflows jumped from around $23 billion in 2022 to $30 billion in 2023 and close to $45 billion in 2024. That's not just more money. It's global confidence in the UAE's long-term model. And it's not just quantity, it's quality. Dubai has been ranked number 1 worldwide for Greenfield FDI projects for 4 years straight. Greenfield means built from scratch. New factories, offices, labs, logistics centers, not just buying old assets. That's the kind of investment that creates real jobs and long-term value. And we're not talking about low-skilled roles. These are high-value jobs in sectors like finance, tech, logistics, renewable energy, and advanced services. Job creation from these projects is expected to rise around 7.5%, and it's building a stronger, more skilled talent pool in the city. Now, let's talk about where the money is going. You'll see it in hospitality, business services, technology, logistics, and real estate. Basically, everything that diversifies the UAE economy from the oil. Look at DIFC. It now has around 75 hedge funds, and almost 50 of them manage over $1 billion each. Fintech activity alone grew nearly 38% in 2024. That's serious momentum. What does that mean for real estate? It means tighter office supply, more build-to-suit demand, and higher weekday footfall for retail, cafes, and service level. And we are seeing this play out. Rents are rising in Business Bay, Healthcare City, Downtown, Al Barsha, JLT, Dubai Marina, Sheikh Zayed Road, and Bar Dubai. Meanwhile, newer hotspots like Expo City, DLRC, Dubai South, and Motor City are picking up pace as infrastructure and access improve. So, if tourism fills your weekends, FDI fills your weekdays. And together, they keep Dubai's economy running 24/7. Now, let's talk about the third engine, IMEC. First, the backdrop. The Suez Canal, just 200 meters wide and 190 kilometers long, moves nearly 30% of global container trade. In 2021, a single grounded megaship blocked that artery for 6 days and exposed how fragile the world supply chain really is. Second, the plan. Announced in 2023 with US and Europe backing, the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, IMEC, is a dual route system. Eastern Corridor is the India to Arabian Gulf. Northern Corridor is Gulf to Europe. It's multi-modal, sea, rail, sea, and integrates energy pipelines and a digital logistic network for seamless tracking. Third, the promise. IMEC aims to cut shipping time by 40% and a lower logistic cost by 30%, powered by cleaner energy and data-driven coordination. In a world where minutes and margins matter, that's massive efficiency. Fourth, Dubai's position. Dubai's Jebel port is already a global logistics hub. Add to that its airport connectivity and highway network, and the southern belt of the city evolves into a mega triangle of logistics, industry, and housing. Fifth, on the ground signals. Notice where the momentum is building. Expo City, Emaar South, Discovery Dunes, the Oasis, Grand Polo Club and Resort, and Palm Jebel Ali. Palm Jebel Ali alone plans 80 plus hotels and resorts and 110 plus kilometers of coastline. A tourism and ultra-luxury expansion of historical scale. Sixth, the aviation link. Al Maktoum International Airport's expansion ties directly to this vision. As trade flows scale, Dubai South's residential capacity is expected to reach 1 million residents, creating a living working ecosystem for IMEC's future workforce. One map, 3 engines, 1 outcome. Visualize the region as one powerful ecosystem. Southwest, Disney on Yas Island pulling families, tourists, and a theme park tourism into the Gulf Loop. Northeast, Wynn on Marjan Island, the luxury gaming and entertainment magnet for the north. Center, Dubai, the connective core, global air hub, unmatched hotel depth and lifestyle range from Marina to Medan. Beneath that service, foreign direct investment, FDI, builds the hard infrastructure, offices, R&D labs, logistics centers, clean energy grids, and along the southern base, IMEC, India, Middle East, Europe corridor, channels new trade through Dubai South, Jebel Ali and Al Maktoum International, the logistics industrial engine of the region. So what happens when you stack them? Tourism fills weekends and holidays, and a share of those tourists turn into buyers, tenants and founders. FDI fills weekdays with staffs, clients, conferences and year-round occupancy for hotels and service apartments. Trade locks in long leases, steady job and smooths the market cycle that pure tourism can't. Fourth, events and entertainment keeps the calendar hot, while the air hub keeps the global flow constant. If you look at it from an investor's lens, it all converges spatially. Demand rises fastest along movement lines. First, beaches and family fun zones, boosted by the Disney Yas effect. Second, the northern corridor town, driven by Al Marjan day trip and weekend demand. Third, southern logistics arc, the IMEC, airport, Jebel Ali belt fueling employment and long stay housing. Fourth, Dubai's commercial spine, from Business Bay to Sheikh Zayed Road, where capital, trade and talent intersect. One region, three engines, tourism, FDI, trade. Stacked together, they create continuous demand and a real estate market that breathes the year round. Now, let's talk about the localized impact of the sub-markets that line up with the forces. First, core waterfront plus central spine. Dubai Creek Harbour, Maritime City and Port Rashid sit on the axis connecting luxury tourism and regional leisure travel. As affluent visitors begin splitting time between Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah, this Creek Maritime Rashid belt captures high-value short stays. Expect strong demand for waterfront apartments, branded hotels and service residences with direct marina or cruise access. Second, established business districts. Business Bay, Healthcare City, Downtown, Al Barsha, JLT, Dubai Marina, Sheikh Zayed Road and Bar Dubai. These are the weekday engines of the city. Rental pressure is already visible as corporate arrivals and conferences calendars expand. The winners here are well-managed towers with strong amenities, active retail frontage and corporate-grade management. Properties that command sticky tenants and long leases. Third, new commercial hotspots. Expo City, DLRC, Dubai South, Motor City. Emerging employment nodes with improving road connectivity. As companies cluster around Expo 2020's legacy infrastructure and the IMEC logistics spine, these zones favor mixed-use campuses, flexible offices, and service apartments catering to transient project teams and startups. Fourth, South-Southwest arc, airport plus trade plus tourism. The Dubai South, Emaar South corridor is where air mobility, trade flow and tourism converge. As Al Maktoum International Airport scales and IMEC activates, this belt becomes a long-term housing base for professionals and logistics staff. Add the Yas site family tourism pull and you have sustained appetite for 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses, mid-rise apartments and school adjacent communities. Fifth, north-facing corridor, Al Marjan axis. With Wynn Al Marjan and Ras Al Khaimah's resort growth, assets along the Sheikh Zayed Road North, JBR, Marina and JLT edges gain proximity advantages. These can capture weekend demand, short-stay tourism and split itineraries. Guests who divide their time between Dubai's nightlife and Ras Al Khaimah's leisure experiences. Sixth, family-first master communities. Dubai Hills Estate, Town Square and Nashama, Expo City and Emaar South will see steady long-term leases from relocating professionals and families. These master plans combine larger layouts, green space and school proximity, anchoring the residential stability behind the city's economic cycles. Seventh, the in-between zones, Ghantoot and neighbors. As Dubai's south connects deeper towards Abu Dhabi, Ghantoot and its adjacent communities emerge as mid to high income commuter belts. They may develop slower, but the alignment with IMEC, airport growth and industrial expansion sets up long arc appreciation potential. In short, Dubai's growth map is no longer linear. It's multi-axis and demand-led. Each corridor rides a different engine, tourism, FDI or trade, but together they shape a city that's not just expanding in sight, but in function. Now let's talk about the operations, turning demand into cash flow. Knowing where to buy is step one. Operating well is what turns that location into steady income. Holiday homes that win. First is access logic. Properties that are within 30 minutes of DXB or DWC and within 60 to 75 minutes of Yas Island or Al Marjan hit the sweet spot for both tourists and day trippers. Easy airport access is equal to higher occupancy. Regional proximity is equal to weekend bookings. Second is family fit. Units that can comfortably sleep 5 to 7 people, typically 2 to 3 bedrooms, work best. Think blackout curtains, ample storage, and child-friendly touches like soft corners or step stools. Families look for comfort, not just location. For weekday bookings, one-bed apartments near finance, tech, or healthcare hubs perform strongest. Add fast Wi-Fi, a real desk, and self-check-in, small details that drive repeat stays. Fourth is pro management. Success comes down to 24/7 responsiveness, reliable cleaning and linen turnover, and dynamic pricing that adjusts for school holidays, events, and weekday demand shifts. Automation helps, but consistency wins. Fifth, photo-first design. Listings that convert are bright, simple, durable, and aspirational. Use natural light, avoid clutter, and design for scroll-stopping thumbnails. The first impression sells the stay. Now, let's talk about hotels and service living. Dual market advantage. The best operators serve two demand streams. Weekends, they cater to families, regional tourists, and leisure stays. On the weekdays, they cater to business travelers, events, conferences. There should be a rate discipline also. The hold average daily rate, firm during peak weeks, major holidays, expos, or events. Stay flexible during shoulder seasons using tactical promos to protect occupancy without eroding rate integrity. The takeaway from this is location gives you visibility, operation gives you velocity. And in a city like Dubai, where tourism, trade, and business run 365 days of a year, those who manage best earn the most. Now, let's talk about the risk, what could go wrong, and easy hedges. Great maps still need hedges. The right geography and growth story mean nothing if execution or timing fail. Here's how to stay on the winning side. First, timeline drift. Project slip. Always underwrite your returns with a 6 to 12 month buffer on handover or rent start. If your deal only works perfectly on time, it's too tight. Second, single bet risk. Avoid one engine exposure. Instead, buy where two forces overlap. Tourism plus FDI or airport plus logistics. If one slows, the other carries your yield. Third, operator risk. Many promise 80% occupancy. Few actually deliver it. Choose licensed, data-driven operators with verifiable track records, real reviews, and transparent pricing models. Fourth, fee creep. It's not just the purchase price. Budget for service charges, cooling, furnishing, refresh cycles, and operator fees. The best investors know their net yield, not just the gross headline. Fifth, mirage risk. Never buy purely from renders. Demand completed infrastructure, roads, schools, supermarkets, healthcare access. Paper communities can look perfect until you drive there. Sixth, flex factor. Choose adaptable layouts that appeal to both families and business travelers. For villas and townhouses, focus on options that suit end users or long-term tenants. Flexibility protects resale and occupancy. Bottom line, Dubai's opportunity map is powerful, but the discipline turns it into performance. The best portfolios aren't the ones that bet big. They are the ones that balance vision with hedges. Now, let's talk about the timeline scenarios. Simple, realistic path. Great maps need patience. The next decade won't move in one straight line, but across overlapping waves. Here's how the story realistically unfolds. Base case, the measured expansion, 2025 to 2027. Wynn Al Marjan nears its early 2027 debut. Ras Al Khaima's visibility rises as events and pre-launch coverage multiply. Dubai captures the spillover, planning trips, mixed Ras Dubai itineraries, and higher short stay demand. Meanwhile, FDI keeps layering tenants across Business Bay, Dubai South, and new logistic corridors. 2027 to 2031, Wynn goes live with shows, conventions, and resort weekends. Dubai benefits from northbound leisure flow and twin city tourism between Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah. On the southwest arc, Disney's design and construction progress. Dubai's short stay sector refines its family traveling offering. IMEC groundwork deepens with port, rail, and industrial linkages forming around Jebel and Dubai South. 2031 onwards, Disney Yas Island opens, triggering a regional surge in family tourism. Dubai absorbs the largest share via flight connectivity, hotel capacity, and entertainment depth. IMEC activation cements the southern logistics corridor, converting surrounding housing and commercial plots into long-term economic hubs. Now let's talk about the upside case, the accelerated cycle. If Wynn ramps faster with packed event calendars and IMEC milestones beat expectations, then Dubai's north and south corridors see early uplift in ADRs, occupancy, and logistics land values. Possibly by 2026-2027, pulling returns forward by 12 to 24 months. Premium land and mixed-use plots along Sheikh Zayed Road, South, and Jebel begin repricing sooner. Now, the downside case, the delay buffer. If one or more anchors stall, Wynn, Disney, or IMEC, Dubai's hedge is 820 plus hotels, global air hub, resilient FDI base, and a year-round tourism machine. Investors shift focus towards long-term leasing in proven districts, downtown, Business Bay, Dubai Hills, Emaar South, while waiting for new magnets to go live. The city keeps running just on its own engines. The big picture, Dubai's next decade is not a straight sprint. It's a relay of catalysts. Each handoff, Wynn, Disney, IMEC, extends the cycle, broadens the demand base, and builds long arc compounding for investors positioned early. Now we will be talking about the practical shortlist. filters that match the drivers. Big picture thinking is valuable, but the next move happens at a plot level. Here are filters you can apply tomorrow morning to match the macro engines with on-ground opportunity. 1. Core waterfront, central spine, where tourism and FDI overlap. Think Dubai Marina, JBR edges, JLT edges, downtown, Business Bay, and the Creek Maritime Rashid Belt. These submarkets capture both weekend leisure and weekday businesses, ideal for short stay assets, serviced apartments, or branded hotel residences. Second, the North Access Corridor. Properties with quick highway reach towards Ras Al Khaimah are positioned to ride the Wynn Al Marjan spillover. Target Marina, JBR, JLT North, and Sheikh Zayed Road North zones that make two city itineraries easy. Dubai nightlife plus Ras Al Khaimah weekends. Third, South IMEC arc. The Dubai South, Emaar South, Expo City triangle will mature fastest as IMEC and Al Maktoum International expand. These are your logistics adjacent, airport serviced, mixed use growth corridors, perfect for investors seeking employment linked year-round demand. Fourth, the suburban family belt for stable end user heavy yields. Dubai Hills Estate, Town Square and Nashama, Expo City and Emaar South offer schools, parks and green layouts. The magnets for professionals relocating with families. Fifth, established commercial strength. DIFC, Business Bay, Healthcare City, Al Barsha, Sheikh Zayed Road and Bar Dubai remain the weekday anchors. They lead in corporate occupancy, a retail-based strength and liquidity for office and service residential stocks. Sixth, new business hotspots. Expo City, DLRC, Dubai South and Motor City are rising innovation campuses with flexible footprints and transport proximity. These will attract tech, logistics and light industry tenants offering earlier entry points and stronger upside. The bottom line is every driver, tourism, FDI, trade, now maps to specific geographies. Match your investment thesis to the corridor that serves its engine, and you'll turn insight into allocation. Now, let's match the unit types to the demand waves. Right asset, right place. Each demand wave, tourism, business, logistics, or lifestyle, values a different kind of product. Match the form to the flow. First is your family plus small beach demand. Target 2 or 3 bedroom apartments with convertible layouts and easy parking access. Families want functionality over flash, enough space for kids or guests, the ability to reconfigure rooms, and simple logistics for malls, beaches, and leisure zones. This segment anchors Dubai Marina, JBR, Creek Harbour and downtown waterfronts. The second one is weekday business plus weekend events. Focus on 1 bed and compact 2 bed units in mixed use urban cores like Business Bay, DIFC edges and Healthcare City. Add a real workstation, fast Wi-Fi and simple self check-in. These units thrive on corporate traffic and weekend leisure bookings. The dual rhythm of Dubai's hospitality cycle. The third, South Logistics Arc, end user depth. In the Dubai South, Emaar South, Expo City belt, the strongest pull is from residents, not tourists. Prioritize 3 or 4 bedroom townhouses and mid-rise apartments near schools and parks. This audience values proximity to work hubs, affordability and long leases, the foundation of steady cash flow as IMEC and Al Maktoum expand. The fourth, mixed use nodes, low churn tenancy. Across both established and emerging districts, focus on units inside integrated communities, buildings with gyms, pools, events and walkable retail. These attract sticky tenants and corporate relocations who pay for convenience and community. Think Dubai Hills Business Park, Motor City, DLRC and Expo City residential clusters. To summarize this, location sets the exposure, but product fit turns exposure into profit. Match unit type to the dominant demand wave, and you don't just rent faster, you hold value longer. Now, let's talk about the pricing and yield discipline. Protect yields with discipline. In fast-moving markets like Dubai, returns don't vanish. They just shift to those who manage smarter. First, do net math from day one. Gross yield is marketing, net yield is reality. From the start, underwrite service charges, district cooling, operator fees, refresh and furnishing budgets, and vacancy buffers. Your true performance lies after these costs, not before them. A 9% gross can quickly shrink to 6% if you skip the details. Second, plan seasons, not just the prices. Dubai's demand breathes. Peak weeks, event spikes, shoulder months, and family school holidays. Set dynamic minimum stays and pricing tiers. Weekends for short leisure trips, weekdays for business days, holidays for families who stay longer. The winners run their portfolio like an airline, adjusting, not just guessing. Third, check liquidity before you buy. Yield means little without exit velocity. Study resale records, average days on market, and hotel occupancy nearby. Even school waitlists reveal how strong the area's organic demand is. Liquidity is your insurance. It lets you reposition fast when cycles turn. The bottom line is, strong pricing is not aggressive pricing. It's informed pricing. You protect yield not by just chasing rent, but by running the numbers, reading the season, and staying liquid. Now, we'll talk about what to watch next with simple proof points. The map is drawn, the thesis is clear. Now, the discipline lies in tracking the right signals, the proof points that turn prediction into confirmation. First, Airline seat growth. Watch capacity and route expansions from Disney, Wynn feeder markets, the Middle East, India, broader Asia and select parts of Europe. Seat growth equals intent. It's the earliest tell of rising tourism, corporate mobility and regional linkages. Second, concrete milestones at Yas and Al Marjan. Monitor on-site progress photos, construction tenders and operator signings. Each new ride, resort or show announcement marks real momentum, especially as opening timelines converge around 2027 to 2031. Third, greenfield FDI announcements. Track new licenses and facility openings in finance, tech, logistics and clean energy. Each foreign investment deal compounds Dubai's weekday economy, feeding office demand, service living, and long-term tenancy. Fourth, leasing strength in core business hubs. Pay attention to rental incentive cuts, occupancy tightening, and rising effective rents across DIFC, Business Bay, and new commercial nodes. When corporate landlords stop offering free months, the demand is already ahead of supply. Fifth, South Arc infrastructure. Follow Al Maktoum International's construction phases, new IMEC linked rail and road corridors, and logistics zone expansions. Every milestone along the southern arc validates the trade and housing corridor thesis. Hospitality and service department metrics. Keep an eye on occupancy and ADR trends, especially for family-ready units near beaches and business-ready assets near event zone. When both weekday and weekend rates rise in tandem, the two engines, tourism and FDI, are running in sync. These signals won't just confirm the story, they'll timestamp it. When they align, airline seats up, cranes active, FDI rising, leases tightening, you'll know the map has gone from thesis to reality. Now, the grand summary. 4 forces, 1 direction, 2 magnets. Disney on Yas Island, Wynn on Al Marjan. The twin anchors pulling global tourism to the Gulf's edges. Rising FDI, more companies setting up, more skilled professionals arriving, and more weekday demand filling hotels, service departments and offices. IMEC, the India, Middle East, Europe corridor channels faster, cheaper, cleaner trade through Dubai's southern arc, linking ports, airports and logistics park into one industrial ecosystem. How is this going to impact the real estate? The first absorbers are going to be the hotels, holiday homes and well-located housing. As occupancy deepens, rents tighten and prices re-rate. Liquidity follows infrastructure, yields follow usage. Why Dubai wins the most? Because the hub sets the base. It sits between both magnets, runs the region's busiest air network and offers the widest hotel and lifestyle mix. Every visit, business or leisure, starts or ends here. That's how Dubai turns one-time trips into repeat stays and short-term demand into long-term value. Now the conclusion and the action you can use. Buy where lines cross. The North Corridor rides Al Marjan's weekend traffic. The South Arc grows with airport and trade employment. The Central Waterfront and business spine capture steady high-spend demand. And family-first matter communities anchor long, stable leases. So, choose flexible layouts, underwrite timeline shifts, and let Dubai's hub effect compound your returns. The city does the heavy lifting once you're positioned right. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and like my video. And let me know in the comments, if you had to choose one line on Dubai's map to follow for the next decade, which one will you choose?